Here we are.
So this is the beginning of it.
Sick.
And then
Oh, dude, this is nice.
I think this is the layout I'm gonna want to go with.
Natural light.
I
Yeah,
know, look,
baby.
There's some windows.
Look at this. Stairway,
crack
that
right
bathroom. Wait, you got a lot set up.
Yeah.
And they did this?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's better than nothing, bro.
It's better than nothing, but
This is not that bad. What, this room just came like this empty? Were those holes already there? The anchors?
Yeah.
You get the can lights.
Some hue lights.
What, did you put that up?
No.
Did that window just close on
Yeah,
its own?
I just put it up. It's haunted.
Dude, you got a little balcony? I love the vibe. I love the colors.
Yeah, I think when
It
it's all done,
feels clean
feels
and
clean
neutral.
I think I'm not gonna do what I did last time of putting just random pictures up. Because there's 4 of these, so I think those would cover the back wall. 1 here, 1 there. I might have those on this wall. I mean, I don't know how much it's
I feel like you got to get some white fabric and upholster those with some fresh white.
Yeah, I think with I got the hue thing for the 2 up above, which should be nice. Except it looks a little more complicated than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, you know what? Even though you just moved in, it kind of looks the same.
I know. This looks the same as last.
Got the new gear here. What we get? Is that the? Did you already have that power amp? Were you not using that?
No,
That's a different. That's a different power amp.
I didn't have the NS10s.
That's right.
The Mac Mini.
All right, so let's load up. I'm gonna grab my Chipotle.
Yeah.
Let's do like 10-15 minutes of hang,
Yeah.
and then game plan and knock this puppy out, man.
Yeah.
Let's put the gear where it's going to be. Right. And
Yeah,
then
that's what I was thinking.
wire everything up. Because basically what you want to get to is a point where we can hear sound through the speakers and then start making decisions. So once you hear sound through speakers, you can go, okay, there's some weirdness over here. It's probably this.
Yeah.
And then you can sort of figure out
before you put the.
before we put anything on the walls or anything like that.
Oh, interesting. That's why you're here, man.
Those are both so terrible.
Your internet connection is very slow. Web browsing should work, but videos could load slowly. Is that on video?
What a great shot. And I called him, texted him back. So. All right, so we put the 4 panels in the back. We got 2 of these old school ones that I made a while back. And they're in the hot zones. Nothing on the front of the wall. Nothing on the ceiling. But it already sounded pretty good in here, so we'll see how everything goes with the panels.
Cause you got me going. Gimme that lovin'. Want you to let me get a cherry on top. I've got this feeling in my chest, the thumping. Yeah. Want you to gimme, don't stop.
We just set it up, and honestly, it was probably only an hour or 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the heavy lifting was done. You got the desk in, you got the couch in. Shout out Matt Mahaffey. Didn't have to do any heavy lifting today. And then we just kind of figured out where we wanted to throw these panels up. The room actually sounded really good already. The building put up this stuff. I'm not quite sure if you can see this. Let me crank the ISO here. What this is. It looks like some sort of layered insulation with this nice... I like the finish on this. This is kind of cool. But the whole wall is like this. So this whole wall is just dead, which really, really helps, I think. The ceilings are pretty high. This looks like 9 feet. And carpet. So the carpet and this wall really, really helped the room like sound pretty good from the get-go. And then we put up these guys, these 4 panels, which essentially are just the Rockwell Safe and Sound 2 pads of them wrapped in fabric, no frame or anything. Tried to center this guy, the middle one, center to the listening spot.
It's right here.
And then put the other 2 right where the speakers are pointed so we can absorb. Anyway, this is all boring stuff. We put up these panels. We put up these other 2 over here. Potentially going to do some corner trapping or shelf action, mini fridge action somewhere in here. Still sort of sussing that out. Yeah, we were thinking like maybe it would be cool to have like a spot for players. Like if you're recording somebody obviously singing or tracking guitar, you can have all this space over here to figure that out. We're gonna have to do a follow-up part 2 to see where things wind up going, or if anything changes at all.
I was like, yes, this is where the performance area.
But this is a enormous upgrade.
Yeah.
From the previous room you were in, and definitely more space. Feels very, very clean. You got the TV overhead.
We have the TV.
Oh yeah.
We have my monitors here, NS10s and Atom A7Xs. Got switching them with the PreSonus monitor station, and then Mac Mini. That's it. I mean, and this RME interface. That's pretty much it. That's all that I need.
Minimalist.
It's all in here. Very minimal.
Minimalist. Okay, and then you got the controller.
Yep. I mean, I think I've had this since I was like 12 years old. It works for me. It has that
this is for
plastic
sure.
key action.
This is for sure not one of the newer key stations.
No. It has, like, when people who are actual key players, when they, like, use this, they're like, this is so crappy, the action on this.
Like,
but I like it.
What is this?
Yeah, it's so plasticky, but I like it.
You can beat the crap out of it, though.
Yeah, and I have.
It looks
There is
really,
definitely
really nice.
a pressure whenever you get into a new space to get everything done right away.
Yeah.
So I definitely kind of feel like that. I'm like, I want to figure this out right now, but I feel like in the coming days and just feeling out like being in this space, because I just moved into it today. So
yeah,
I think just like coming back tomorrow and just being like, what do I need and what actually is important for this part? Because this is really like the thing that I really, really need. So other than that, like figuring that out will be fine.
Good spot to crush some beers.
Yeah, some cores.
And some hours.
Yeah, some hours.
It's so comfortable, which I think is probably gonna be the biggest game changer for you.
Yeah, I think just like having a carpet and feeling like comfortable is really important, obviously, but it is basically in a house type office building, so it has kind of a warmer feel to it.
So this is technically, I would say this is Music Row, but it's 18th, which is kind of
Midtown,
but 17th and 16th are Music Row.
Yeah.
So it's basically Music Row, but it's also right in this nice area of Midtown in Nashville where you could be like on Music Row or you're at the bars or Hattie B's or whatever, which is super, super nice. So ultra convenient location with really, really nice walking and local business and foods and hang. When you got clients in here and you're like, hey, you want to go?
Yeah, there's no shortage of figuring out where to go.
Yeah, so that's a big perk
Yeah,
of the location here.
I'm gonna be at Hattie B's all the time.
So Marcus helps compose and score our music for several TV shows on several different channels. Tell me about that, Marcus.
Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, I basically day to day it's working with Cake and Space, which is in Nashville, with Matt Mahaffey, Kiefer Infantino, and Letitia Wolf, and I think we've done combined, all of us at one point it was like 7 shows at the same time.
Wow.
And now our shows are kind of wrapping up what we're doing now, kind of getting into the next chapter of shows that we're pitching for and everything.
Nice.
And then working with Position Music, Music Bed, and other artists in town. So it's kind of a whole bunch of different stuff. Definitely focused more towards licensing and film.
Yeah.
Which is okay with
Which
me.
is great.
Which is
great business, and I'm sure a lot of people watching are
into it.
both wanting to get into it, trying to figure it out, and also probably doing it, which is cool.
And I mean, with everything that you can do with software now, just the East-West sounds, the Spitfire sounds, it sounds incredible.
What?
It's so good.
So you're using Pro Tools for the composing side of things.
Yeah, and then I produce in Logic. Like I've been using Logic since I was 12 years old, and I'm very comfortable in it. Had to learn.
Marcus is actually 14 years old right now.
But I mean, I've been using it since I was like super young. I love Logic, and I just know it well. You taught me Pro Tools.
Did you upgrade?
You started to teach me Pro Tools, like
Yeah,
do you remember that?
right.
I took
Yeah.
lessons. Like, Andrew, can you please take 2 hours out of your day?
ANDREWMASTERSmusic.com. Hit up the Zoom calls
Yeah.
with some Pro Tools talk.
Yeah, and I had to really learn it very quickly. Like, there was a project going on, and it was like, in a month, you will have to be proficient enough to make it work in Pro Tools.
Yeah, I remember the heat was on. So what is the most important thing on the day-to-day that you need for your setup? Because what's yeah.
But day to day, I would say, I mean, it is probably just computer based. I mean, having good RAM and having a good processor is really important.
So you're on the Mac Mini. How much RAM did you put in there? 64?
64.
You bought it from Apple 64?
That's exactly what my dad said. He's like, you actually did that?
What's the band you're producing?
They're called Ponzu Fire.
Ponzu Fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's like,
Check that out.
yeah, it's like syncy funness.
Cool, man. Well, I'm really pumped that you got this whole
Yeah.
spot together, man. I feel
have to
so
do a
I
follow-up.
want to be in here. Like I just want to like
I'm
hang
glad.
out while you work.
I think
So
being
what's-
comfortable is important, just in general. I'm not trying to like completely wow somebody with a bunch of different stuff. I think it's just like, if you feel comfortable in here and, you know, location wise, I think it's nice. So, and the building, it's kind of homey. So I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for part 2.
Yeah, we'll do a follow up in a little party, or maybe you know what we should do? We should collab.
Ooh.
Well, thanks for showing me around, and
man.
I love
Thanks for helping.
I love the digs. Yeah, man, it was fun. It was fun. This is one of my favorite things to do is assemble a room and sort of like take it to its maybe not fullest potential, because we could probably put something up there. But dude, it sounds so good. Looks so good. This is like the most authentic minimalist setup though. All right, dude. Cool. Well, go check out Marcus Meston on Instagram, and where else do you have your stuff?
I think Instagram's the best. Yes,
Congratulations.
thank you so much. Woo!
Sick.
We did it.
We did it, man.